Hello everyone, I'm Shivam Pasari and welcome to ASN Academy. So as you can see from the title of this video, in this video we'll solve another good question from the topic of quadratic equation, and the question has been taken from CAT 2024 exam slot 2. Now the question is as follows: the roots alpha comma beta of the equation 3x squared plus lambda x minus 1 is equal to 0 satisfy 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square is equal to 15. The value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square is. So we have to find the value of this, and we are provided for options: option A 9, option B 16, option C 4, and option D 1. So I would like you to try this question first by yourself and then come back to this video for the solution. So according to our given question, we are given that the roots alpha beta of the equation 3x squared plus lambda x minus 1 is equal to 0, and they satisfy this equation as well, which is 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square equal to 15. Then we have to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square. Now we know that the sum of roots of any quadratic equation is minus b by a, and the product of roots of any quadratic equation is equal to c by a if the quadratic equation is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So according to this, the sum of the roots, that is equal to alpha plus beta, would be minus lambda by 3, and the product of the roots of this equation would be minus 1 by 3. So that is equal to alpha into beta is equal to minus 1 by 3. Now by using these two values, we can easily find the value of lambda, and then we can easily find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square. So what we have to do is we have to just replace these values in this. 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square is equal to 15. Now what we can do is we can rewrite it as alpha square plus beta square by alpha square into beta square is equal to 15. And if we do cross multiplication, we'll get alpha square plus beta square is equal to 15 alpha square into beta square. Now I can rewrite it as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 15 alpha square into beta square. Now this is because this is simply alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta minus 2 alpha beta, and it will get cancelled and we'll be left with alpha square plus beta square. So now we have got that alpha plus beta is equal to minus lambda by 3. So this becomes lambda square by 9, and we have minus 2 alpha beta, which is equal to minus 2 into minus 1 by 3, that is equal to 2 by 3, which is equal to 15 times alpha square into beta square. Now since alpha beta is equal to minus 1 by 3, alpha square into beta square is equal to plus 1 by 9. So we'll have 15 into 1 by 9. So we'll get lambda square by 9 is equal to 15 by 9, that is equal to 5 by 3, and this 2 by 3 will get transferred over there. So it will be minus 2 by 3. So lambda square by 9 is equal to 3 by 3, which is equal to 1. So we have got the value of lambda square as 9. Now from this we can say that lambda is equal to either plus or minus 3. Now since we have got the value of lambda as plus and minus 3, we can simply put that in our equation and we'll get our solution. So our quadratic equation was that 3x squared plus lambda x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we have got our quadratic equation as 3x squared plus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 3x squared minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now our question was not this. Our question was to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square. Now what we can do is we can write alpha plus beta whole cube as alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Now what we have got is lambda is equal to plus minus 3, and the value of alpha plus beta is equal to minus lambda by 3. So the value of alpha plus beta is equal to minus lambda by 3. So the value of alpha plus beta is either equal to plus 1 or minus 1. So we have to put both the cases and check what is the value of this given equation. So if I put the alpha plus beta's value as plus 1, we'll get 1 cube is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 times minus 1 by 3, that is the value of alpha into beta, into 1. Now if I calculate this value, it will get alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 times minus 1 by 3 is minus 1 into 1 is equal to minus 1, which is equal to 1. So the value of alpha cube plus beta cube is coming out to be 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Now according to our given question, we have to find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square. So the square of this value is equal to 4. So if we put alpha plus beta is equal to plus 1, the value we have got is 4. Now let's check by putting it minus 1. So we have alpha plus beta whole cube as alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. And if we put the value of alpha plus beta as minus 1, we'll get minus 1 is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube minus 3 plus 3 into minus 1 by 3 into minus 1. Now upon calculation, this value is alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to minus 2. Now the square of this value is again equal to 4. So in both the cases, the value is coming as 4. So we can simply say that our answer is option number C, 4. So what we did was we took the property of quadratic equation, that is the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation is equal to minus b by a, where a, b and c are the coefficients of x squared, x, and the value c is itself the coefficient, that is the numerical value present in a quadratic equation, and the product of the roots is equal to c by a. Now from this we have got the value of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, and then we have got this 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square equal 15 given in the equation. So from that we have got the values of lambda, that is plus and minus 3, and then we took both the cases when alpha plus beta is equal to plus 1 or minus 1, and we solved our given quadratic equation, and then we have got the value of alpha cube plus beta cube whole square as 4 in both the cases. So we can simply say that our answer is option number C, 4.